Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending February 9th, 2024. Hopefully everybody this weekend is going to enjoy the almost 60-degree weather and the potential nor'easter that's coming on Tuesday will miss us and we'll just get some rain. So keep an eye on that. And again, if we do get snow, just please respectfully ask you to keep your cars off the road so the public works or streets and parks can plow and maintain the roads as efficiently as they possibly can. So a few things happening. Obviously, the capital planning committee continues to meet about the capital budget. The finance committee continues to meet about the fiscal 24 budget. They'll be meeting again on Valentine's Day, the 14th, to discuss some of the different departments of the town on that particular day. The Board of Selectmen is meeting on Tuesday, the 13th. There's a number of items on the agenda. We've got a continuation of the earth removal permit for the 1,000,000 cubic yards of fill that they're looking to move off of Route 44. In working with the property owner, they're going to table that again, so that will be tabled and won't be discussed. There's a continuation of another public hearing, there'll be a continuation of an agenda item that was discussed at the last meeting about issuing or allowing for the harvesting of kelp by a Kingston resident in the Kingston Bay. The article or the item was tabled at the last meeting, looking for some additional information and get some questions answered. We think that we've provided the information the board's looking for and anticipate their ability to make a decision on that if they're prepared to do so. Moving forward from there, unfortunately, we have two dangerous dog agenda items. The first one is a continuation or an update from the November meeting that we had on a dangerous dog. The owner has not complied with all of the different regulations or restrictions or requirements that the Board of Selectmen placed on him. They are coming back to the board to look for a 30-day extension. The board has the ability to order or allow for a 30-day extension or to ask our town council to file the appropriate paperwork at the court to have that dog put down. The second dog hearing is a new dog hearing that was received at the end of January from a resident who has been allegedly bitten twice by a dog. So we'll be dealing with those two particular items. It's always unfortunate when you have to deal with the behavior of an animal and ultimately have to decide whether or not that animal is safe to be allowed to remain in the household of the owner. Once we finish those up, there's a couple of other small agenda items. The Kingston School Committee voted recently to submit a statement of interest to the Massachusetts School Building Association to fund the replacement of the roof at the elementary school. That application needs to have Board of Selectmen support as well. So they've asked the Board of Selectmen to consider that on the 13th. So the board will discuss that and deal with that. My annual evaluation is due later in the spring, in April. The board's going to discuss the timeline to individually do my evaluation and then ultimately have an evaluation that's been completed. That's a combination of all 5 board members' opinions. And then lastly, we have a acceptance of a donation from donations from a number of people from the Veterans Memorial Group who are donating their either services or supplies to share with the Veterans Memorial Group in the construction of that Veterans Memorial in front of the townhouse. So very appreciative of those donations and looking forward to seeing that memorial sometime in the next 6 months or so. So Again, moving forward, a couple of other items just to make people aware of. The fire department received about $20,000 in grants for safety equipment, which is great news. And our conservation agent or assistant conservation agent just recently received a grant award as well for some cleanup of some conservation property. So very appreciative of their efforts there as well. So again, remains a pretty busy time of year. If anybody's interested in participating in any of the budgetary items that are going forward, ask you to stay tuned. Last item that we'll be discussing, frankly, I forgot to mention at next week's meeting is filling an interim police chief position. As I think everybody's probably aware at this point, Chief Splain is retiring after over 30 years at the Kingston Police Department. The Board of Selectmen will be interviewing a police chief candidate on February 8th. And they'll discuss and determine whether they want to offer that position to him. There's no set date yet on if this person accepts the job, whether they start. So we might need an interim for a 4 to 6 week period. So the board will be discussing and potentially appointing somebody to the interim police chief position as well next week. So busy agenda, a lot going on. But again, it's important, great time of year to get involved. So if you want to get involved, either from the audience or behind the table, there's opportunities to volunteer your time. If you go to the town website, there's a tremendous number of vacancies on different towns, boards, and commissions, and we'd love to have you consider those. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you again next week.